A good one from Iraq. Parliamentary praise for the strategy to support national industry. This one talks about everything Sadani is doing. He is convinced they have one shot to fix things and give a new value to the currency of the people in Iraq. They are creating a juggernaut of a good economy in Iraq. The President of the Republic approves the amendment to the budget law. This was the main issues from the Kurdistan region in the monthly salary payments they were receiving for their share of the oil revenues. They wanted more in the budget and so now they have it. I want everyone to know that the passing of this bill is not the oil and gas law and is not going to trigger the RV. Do you have any other friends in the area where you live that can go with you to exchange? Because if you go by yourself, okay, but if you go with other friends that have a lot of dinars too, all of a sudden what you're asking from the bank has even more power, more authority for them to waive it, fees and whatnot. I know some group people are working but they won't tell me what they are doing, just that they have their nose to the grindstone. I think that is positive. Issue number 4814 of the Iraqi Gazette was published on February 17, 2025. Quote, Law number 4 of 2025, First Amendment to the Federal General Budget Law of the Republic of Iraq for the fiscal years 2023, 2024, 2025. No. 13 of 2023. Community comment. Great news. Has the budget been given to Parliament? Passed? The 2025 budget tables have not been sent to Parliament yet. Sadani is in control of all the timing emo. Long little article packed full of information. It suggests that Iraq is fully ready to go. They got praise from the United States Treasury, U.S. Federal Reserve. They have the best accounting, consulting firms in the world working with them. Iraq has done everything they need to do. Iraq's central bank will prohibit 5 banks from conducting U.S. dollar transactions in an effort to combat money laundering, dollar smuggling and other financial violations. This decision follows meetings in Dubai between Iraqi officials and representatives from the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve. While the newly sanctioned banks can still operate and conduct transactions in other currencies, the inability to access U.S. dollars severely limits their international financial activities. The only fun news I saw in the Gazette was the $16 per barrel going to Kurdistan. And the budget tables are moving forward. I got a stronger feeling every day that I wake up, that a lot of the decisions of this reform are now being done by a far better leader. Normal schedule for the Gazette is Saturdays and Wednesdays. It was published in a special edition. They published amendments that were approved. It means that they agreed upon rates for Kurdistan and oil. Now we are just looking for a rate change. Central Bank announces details of its meetings with the Treasury and the Federal Reserve. Quote, Iraq depend largely on the trust of international correspondent banks in the Iraqi banking sector. We emphasize the need to ensure that the official channels of this bank are adopted to know the latest news and not to transmit incorrect news, such as some Iraqi banks being subject to international sanctions and others. As usual, almost every report coming from Iraq has a conflicting report right behind it. Trust Sadani, not sources close to the PM. Article. Central Bank of Iraq denies sanctions. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has denied reports that the United States has imposed sanctions on 5 Iraqi banks, emphasizing that no such measures have been officially implemented. However, the CBI has confirmed that it will ban 5 more local banks from engaging in U.S. dollar transactions, following meetings with U.S. Treasury officials in Dubai. The CBI's denial comes amid growing speculation and conflicting reports. The President of the Republic of Iraq has signed the amendment to the budget law. It's waiting for the exposure of the exchange rate that's going to be in the Gazette. Does Iraq have a conversation with everybody before that or at it all around the same time? It's to be determined. Obviously they haven't moved oil at 1310. They haven't paid all the salaries at 1310. They haven't exposed the budget. Obviously they're doing something trying to keep it contained till down to the wire. You can now clearly see that there has been massive corruption in Iraq, and with the US keeping the Iraq dinar artificially suppressed. The new President Trump has a new policy towards Iraq, and it is beginning to take form. This recent move of stopping the physical dollar cash flow to Iraq is apparent. This was a huge move. I was told many times already by my CBI contact that this crisis is at the heart of why the CBI cannot set the in-country revaluation rate to what they need to conduct the project to delete the zeros. The financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazhar Mohammad Saleh, confirmed today, Wednesday, that the government and the Monetary Authority are working on a comprehensive reform of the national banking system, with the aim of enhancing its stability and protecting it from the repercussions of any stumbling block in integration with the global financial system. Saleh explained to Euphrates News that the reform efforts include restructuring private and government banks, noting that the American company Oliver Wyman is currently studying the conditions of private banks, while E&Y is evaluating government banks, to come up with a unified vision aimed at developing the banking sector and ensuring its effective integration into the international financial system. The Iraqi Ministry of Foreign Affairs expressed, on Wednesday, Baghdad's welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia hosting the talks between the Russian Federation and the United States of America, stressing that this step represents an important move to enhance security and peace at the regional and international levels. The ministry added in a statement that this step confirms the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's commitment to its active role in supporting diplomatic efforts aimed at resolving international conflicts, especially in light of the security and political challenges facing the region. The Iraqi Foreign Ministry also stressed the importance of these discussions in enhancing international cooperation and efforts aimed at achieving stability in the region and the world, especially in light of the common challenges facing Arab countries. The ministry concluded its statement by stressing the need to continue joint work to achieve security and stability in the region and the world as a whole. Senior U.S. and Russian officials, including U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, began talks in Riyadh on Tuesday morning aimed at mending strained relations between Washington and Moscow and discussing Ukraine, in preparation for a possible summit between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump in the Gulf Kingdom. These meetings, which were attended by Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan and National Security Advisor Musaid al-Ibn, come within the framework of the kingdom's efforts to bring the views of the United States and Russia closer together and enhance global security and stability.